Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the IWC Radio podcast. Joining me for our Super Showdown review show, Chucks and Will, with a Discord notification in the background to boot. How you guys doing?
I'm good.
Let's take care of that real quick. There we go.
I'm doing as good or better than Will.
This show will be equivalent to or greater than other episodes of IWC Radio.
Yes, I agree. Thank you. It's a low bar, yes. This is our review show. Sorry, I'm a little bit scatterbrained. I have like 40 things happening at once here. We all watched it. We're going to get into the prediction game in just a few moments. A lot has transpired. We'll get into everything here, hopefully. We'll also talk about Raw and SmackDown from the past week and a brief look ahead as to what to look forward to for this upcoming week and maybe a glimpse into Stomping Grounds, the next pay-per-view. But first, let's get everything situated with the prediction game. And I need to get the music up and running. Chucks, do you have your papers ready? All rustled.
I do, in fact.
Nice. Okay. Let me get everything ready to go. Here we are. Yeah.
I'm totally blanking on what the show was called. Super Showdown.
Are you serious?
That's right. It's totally Super Showdown. It's a stupid name.
It is.
It's not very catchy, is it?
No. It's very generic sounding too.
Not as good as like WrestleMania or SummerSlam or Stomping Grounds.
Backlash.
Armageddon.
Huh.
That was actually quite good. I liked Armageddon.
Fully loaded.
Fully loaded. Yeah.
That was a pretty bad one.
Insurrection.
Capital punishment. Insurrection.
Yeah. Rebellion. Didn't TNA do a rebellion recently?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how AEW became a thing.
Mm.
TNA's were really bad too. They all sounded like gay porn titles.
They did.
Hard Justice. I've got to look these up now.
Some of them were awful.
Bound for Glory, Victory Road, the Slammiversary.
They had Victory Road, Turning Point, Final Resolution, Against All Odds, Destination X, Lockdown, Hard Justice, No Surrender, Unbreakable.
No surrender.
Yeah, No Surrender, Victory Road, Final Resolution. Yeah, they didn't change them much. Hardcore Justice. There you go.
Oh wow. Even worse.
Yeah. Was that the one where Andrew the Punisher Martin showed up?
I think so, yeah.
Possibly
as well.
Yeah. No Redemption, United We Stand.
Okay,
enough about those. They don't matter anymore.
Yeah, basically WWE Super Showdowns is equal or as great as a TNA named pay-per-view.
Super Showdown. There's a pre-show.
There was?
There was. I did not watch it. It was like the Usos and the Revival.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Usos beat the Revival. That wasn't one that we predicted though, so let's forget about that. They finally had their match.
Yeah.
Good for them. Seth Rollins opened the show with, I guess, could have been considered a main event. Universal title went nowhere. Baron Corbin failed, despite his best efforts.
Yeah, mainly because
points all round.
He was beefing with John Cone, the ref.
Right, and the referee ended up just firing up.
Yeah.
Who do you think you are? I'm the referee. Corbin backed into a schoolboy, and that was it. Didn't even get stumped.
Yeah, and then he later cut a promo to Byron Saxton backstage where he finished it by saying heads will roll, which not the best choice of words.
No,
Not the
it
best.
really wasn't.
I mean, Saudi Arabia, not the best choice of words to use.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, we all get a point, basically. By the way,
We all get a point. Any comments on this one?
the match itself, yeah, I didn't really care because Baron Corbin was in it,
Baron Corbin was in it, exactly.
and these two are going to have a rematch at Stomping Grounds, believe it or
awesome.
not. So, hooray!
Mm.
The only thing I would say is credit to Baron Corbin for wrestling in a full suit in that weather. Well,
Yeah, they kept talking all night about how it was 100 degrees,
yeah.
and yeah, Corbin with his shirt on and everything. Can't have been comfortable.
Yeah, a lot of people were just like sweating
Yeah.
the moment they got to the ring.
Pretty much, yeah.
Because it was like
Every time-
it was like 90 degrees Fahrenheit or something like that. But the real field temperature,
Real feel.
don't even get me started on that. It was like 101. So
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Every time they cut to the announcers, I thought Corey Graves was going to pass out. Every time he said something, he'd be literally sweating just from speaking.
yeah,
But yeah,
Half of the commentary was about how hot it was. They just kept going on about it. Do you think the real field temperature is like at WrestleMania when they announce the attendance? It's the real feel attendance is 101,000.
an all-time WrestleMania record of 90,000, but the real field attendance is 101. That's great. Yeah, that should be a thing.
Do that.
I didn't.
Will on the mock-up.
I think they should start doing temperatures at all the shows, just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
It's like 30 degrees here, for what?
What does it really feel like though? Sam? They should just do a show in like a really cold place.
Yeah.
Like, outside in like northern Canada or something. Antarctica. All the penguins down there just, now we've done one at minus 100. And it couldn't be any colder than this Baron Corbin match. So then we had Brock Lesnar come out. He said he was going to cash in on Friday. I don't really know why.
To get people to buy the pay-per-view.
Good luck with that. He had Seth Rollins knocked out on a backboard. Didn't want to cash in. I've got nothing. I have no idea. So he cashed in on Friday, or was about to, but instead got low blowed when Paul Heyman collapsed into the ring, tripped on nothing. Rollins, hit him.
I can't believe this. Like, of all the time that Paul Heyman has been in the wrestling business, you mean to tell me this is the one time he's going to trip on the ropes?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
It's got to happen eventually. I guess.
Yeah, but he's like a professional. Come on.
So Lesnar got beaten with a chair and then left. Rollins walks out, still with the belt. Lesnar still with the case. So on we go for the fourth straight show, maybe on Raw. He's going to threaten to cash in again.
Yeah. I mean, this is coming off of the Raw this past Monday where Lesnar was going to cash in, but ended up just savagely beating up Rollins with a steel chair. To the point where Rollins' back was bleeding, which I don't think I've ever seen before, which is crazy to me.
And he still didn't want to cash in.
Friday!
Gotta get down on Friday.
I'm surprised nobody fucking memed the hell out of that.
I was thinking that as soon as you said it.
Yeah. God.
Okay, so everyone failed there. No one came out of that looking good.
No.
Finn the Demon Balor, who apparently when he's the demon, we have to just call him the Demon. Not Finn Balor anymore, he is the Demon.
The Demon Kane.
the Demon Kane. He defeated Andrade, who we know has no other names anymore. He's just Andrade.
Mm.
And this was fine too. It's a match. We all got points for this as well.
Yep.
The body paint confused me a little bit because I thought like a couple minutes in it was like wearing away, but no, that's how he actually designed it for the demon character, if you will.
Surprised with the heat, it didn't just like
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, initially when he was coming out, that's why I thought maybe he was just like absolutely melting coming down the ramp or something. Which, honestly, I don't know how I felt about the fake snow effect that they gave him.
Yeah, I didn't get that. Didn't quite know what that was all about. It was something they did just because they could.
Yeah, cause they have plenty of money. That's pretty much what it was.
So 2 matches in, I am not that impressed. Then we had Roman Reigns come out, and I was done. I was done with it at this point. There's nothing on the show that I want to see, and now, third match in, I've got to sit through Roman Reigns and Shane McMahon for 10 minutes.
Yeah. Well, this is another one that had like a custom entrance for Shane McMahon with the money blowers here, which I'll throw up on the stream in just a sec. There it is, which I thought was kind of a cool touch, honestly. But it was also something that they did just for the sake of doing, you know.
Yep.
There you go. There's another shot of them holding the fake cash. Good souvenir to have. But yeah. Did this really need to be a match? Like,
apparently it did. We needed to give Shane another Big Show win, which you and Beans both called. Me and Will did not. So you are one up on us now.
Yeah, well, I mean, I predicted the superpowers of Super Saudi Shane. And, yeah.
Super Saudi Shane, you did. That's
Yeah.
true.
There you go. So.
There you go.
Yeah,
Presumably they're going to have another rematch at the
yeah,
next
why
week's
can't...
Stomping Grounds.
Yeah, why can't that be a steel cage match?
Does anyone need to see that? So Shane can slip out of his top again? And...
Oh, you're right! I forgot about that. Oh. Yeah, okay, you're right. I'm done with Shane and Reigns.
No more Shane in cages.
No more. I don't get why they're building Shane McMahon up to be like the new face of the company.
He's the best in the world.
I don't get why they're building Shane McMahon up to be the new face of the company.
Because he's the best in the world.
Greg Hamilton can really hang on to that note really well.
He can. He does a good job. So yeah, Shane wins.
Yeah, I'm
Shane
surprised he
wins
didn't
with his-
defend the trophy, the best in the world trophy. Because that's what it's going to come down to, I feel. Him putting it up or somebody destroying it.
Does he still carry it around?
No.
I haven't seen it for a while.
Just like the green belt for the greatest Royal Rumble winner.
Ha! Yeah.
Which is Strowman, by the way.
Or the bragging rights trophy.
Or the bragging rights
Or
trophy.
the Andre trophy.
Yep.
Who won that this year?
You know, I don't remember.
I've got no idea who won that thing.
God. That's how lousy WWE's
That's bad,
been.
isn't it?
Yeah. Oh my god. I'm looking it up right now. Yeah.
Oh, it was Braun Strowman. He finally.
Oh yeah,
won.
that's right. Because he did the pose with it at the end.
Yeah, and then it was never mentioned again. Just like his greatest Royal Rumble belt.
Or the SNL guys. Which apparently the SNL people never promoted that match on their program. Or did any sort of
That's
crossover. Yeah. Jesus.
Okay,
Moving on.
Moving on, we had Lars Sullivan in his first ever match against the Lucha House Party, who'd beat him up a little bit. Do you ask ever, Smoot, do you ask the hummingbird why he sings his sweet song?
Oh my god. No, I don't.
No? No, I don't either. You wouldn't understand anyway.
Yeah, so on SmackDown, Lars cut this like really weird promo. This is like his first promo ever, which to me, he sounded kind of like Jesse Ventura. Like he has Jesse Ventura's voice.
Kinda.
In a way.
Yeah.
And if, this wrestling thing doesn't work out, you can always try commentating. Give it a shot. But, it's just this overly scripted nonsense of, like, shit that nobody ever says that just immediately loses any interest that people may have of what you're saying. That's how you get, like, the what chants, the CM Punk chants, stuff like that,
Yeah.
So that promo on Tuesday did him no favors. I don't know why he lost via DQ. I mean, I know why in regards to the match, but I don't know in terms of booking wise why you would fucking have him just, get mollywopped on by a 3-on-1 attack by the Lucha House Party.
He had to win by DQ to save the Luchas. They can't take a loss here. That would completely destroy their credibility.
Do they have any credibility, though, is the problem.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. You gotta have some credibility in order to lose any, So.
Yeah. But they then beat him up a bit after the match, and then he ended up beating them up after the match, so I don't know why he couldn't just do that and then win.
Exactly. Precisely.
It's a really weird one.
Yeah.
50-50 booking, no one ever gets over. I don't understand it, and I also don't understand why all of the big guys have to be intelligent.
So they're not, stereotypically dumb?
Yeah, but can't that just not be a thing? Because now we've got Lars Sullivan and Rowan on the same show as the surprisingly intelligent big guy. You never would have thought.
Oh, what was the thing that they called Rowan back in the day when he had the fucking Rubik's Cube?
Was classically trained in guitar.
Yeah.
And he grew his own wine.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's pouring it on thick. That's overdoing it.
It really is. And now he is Daniel Bryan's intellectual peer.
Yeah.
So that's consistency, I suppose.
I going back to that original question, I don't know why they're doing, everybody's got to be smart, but, better to have them smart than dumb, I guess.
I think I prefer for them to be dumb.
I prefer them to actually apply their smartness in dumb situations and realize that they should apply their common sense and whatnot to whatever it is they're doing. If you ask me.
In dumb situations.
Yeah.
So, what's a dumb situation?
I'm trying to think of one with Braun Strowman recently, and I'm drawing a blank.
I was thinking Kevin Owens being locked in the
porta potty, yeah. Which that just made Owens look like a buffoon.
So the intelligent thing to do here is not to lock myself in the porta potty,
right?
When I'm being chased, and then we can just avoid that whole thing.
Kevin Owens is a smart guy. Situation. His character and his, real life persona is him being pretty smart. You wouldn't normally think of hiding in a porta potty, as a normal thing to do when you're being chased by the likes of
a guy who's well known for tipping things over.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Including his rental car.
Exactly. Yeah. I would like to see him have an internet troll gimmick where he just says all of those things like he said on the bodybuilding forum, but on TV instead.
I don't know about that.
You don't think you'd be like the most over heel in decades?
He probably would be, but to what audience are you trying to placate towards?
A diminishing one. I just don't get the Lars Sullivan thing. Nothing about him stands out to me.
Well, he's a big
At
guy.
least he had that entrance where they'd like backlight him and he looked all furry and it was really cool. But not, you don't even have that now.
Yeah, they changed his Titantron to make him look like a superhero or a supervillain.
They
Or
did
like a
that
comic
stupid
book.
thing where they filmed him from down low as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not actually that tall.
No.
Just do with the Big Show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
The picture
Khali.
really is tall.
Yeah, you didn't need to do it with him.
Yeah. Lars is supposedly about 6'3", which is tall, but in WWE it's not that tall.
Right.
Anyway. Speaking of deceptively tall, Randy Orton was up next.
Oh God.
And he beat Triple H in a match that was way too long.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
With too many damn backdrops on the announce table,
Yeah.
if you ask me.
Once again, Triple H has the longest match on the show, and it loses everyone's interest halfway through.
Ha!
I managed to get a point from it though, so I'm happy.
I've only just seen Beans' pick. Did he actually say that?
Hold on. Need this pick here, sorry. What, Triple H?
Yeah.
Yeah, he picked Triple H. I don't know why, but he did. I thought Triple H would have at least put Orton over, I guess. Well, which is what he did, I suppose, in a way. But I don't know. It's whatever. It's whatever. It's a 15-year rivalry renewed that nobody asked for.
No one asked for it.
No.
Your prediction there is exactly right. Who fucking cares? I guess. At one point in this match, Cole said that Randy Orton debuted in 2004.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he debuted in 2002. He won the world title in 2004. He also said that the punt, his old finish, the running punt kick,
Yeah.
was from his Legend Killer days, which he was actually a little way after his Legend Killer days. That's Cole for you, and that's what I got out of this match. Randy Orton fact checks. That's the most interesting thing.
Yeah, it wasn't the best match to watch. I think it was too hot.
Too hot.
They couldn't do much because they were just too hot. Just a slow match. Most of the matches were, to be fair.
Yeah.
I like how they had like water that was like partially exposed from underneath the ring, which also, by the way, here's the temperature gauges, by the way. the real feel, 101 degrees, as opposed to the actual temperature. But I also like that in concessions they had a Baskin Robbins somewhere, which I thought was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
I like the real feel little dial there.
Yeah.
It goes like a third of the way up, and then it goes a little more. It goes all the way around.
No.
They didn't need to, arbitrary where they decided to draw that scale.
I see what you're talking about, yeah. Also, we had
Why
this.
didn't they just have it go all the way up?
Go all the way up on the meter there.
Are they expecting it to get hotter?
I don't know. Yeah, that's what I was talking about with the Lars Sullivan thing there. Looking like using the Star Trek font, too.
Oh, yeah. It's kind of superhero-y.
Yeah. And also, with the Randy Orton match, we're completely burying the lead of the probably the most hyped piece of artwork I've ever seen for a match. There it is. There you go.
Wow.
Looks like Bobby Roode.
somebody photoshopped that for the actual like match graphic, which I don't know if I can find. Yeah. Hi, buddy. Hold on.
That is something.
It was all going well till he got to the head.
Was it?
Well, as well as can be expected.
His left hand.
True.
What's going on with that left hand?
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, that was a match.
That was a match. What else was a match? We had Braun Strowman beating Bobby Lashley. This is another match that I didn't need to see.
No, I think I fast forwarded this actually.
Yeah, you didn't miss anything here. The most interesting thing about it was Braun Strowman throwing a platform before the match started. That was it.
Oh, sorry, you just reminded me, going back to the Triple H Orton match. The unbreakable table.
Oh, yeah.
He gave it a good go, to be fair.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Randy Orton, man, he has no luck with tables.
Yeah, I remember him throwing the thing, but I fast forward most of it because it was Bobby Lashley. I have no interest in the man.
Strowman, how could they have killed Strowman so bad?
I don't know. It's shocking how far he's fallen.
It's so easy. So easy. You have a guy, he just smashes stuff. That's it. He rarely talks, and when he does, it's not too long. So he doesn't have that thing that he did with Lesnar that time where he just got everything wrong. And you definitely don't have him say...
That really...
Who were the guys? It was Baron Corbin, you're going to get these hands. Miz, congratulations on the birth of your daughter. Or the announcement of your new daughter. And Bobby Lashley, you're going to get these hands. That was a terrible promo. Just no more talking for Strowman. More smashing, less talking.
Yeah.
All they need to do.
Yeah, it's really incredible how far he's fallen ever since that split screen promo with Lesnar. And he's just never been the same since in terms of booking. But that didn't stop his Super Saudi superpowers from winning this match in Saudi Arabia.
He did it. With 2 power slams and not much interest. Kofi Kingston was up next. He defended his belt against Dolph Ziggler. We all got points for that one. Ziggler, though, wasn't happy about it. He wants a rematch. And he wants it in a steel cage.
Yeah, I actually fell asleep during this match. No joke.
It's fair.
I took a little nap. Also, there's some more art in the crowd.
We got more art
Before the match started.
Oh, jeez. What's going on there?
Which I don't know if it's better or worse or as great as the Randy Orton one.
Yeah.
Why are there spots all over it?
Those are pancakes.
They're pancakes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was like a Dusty Rhodes thing. Okay.
What's underneath them? That's a gun.
No, that's the championship title. Like that's.
It does look like it's just a gun.
It kind of does, actually. Or a propeller blade. Or like a boat
like a
oar.
Long clown bow tie. Nice.
It also looks like, I'm guessing it's Big E on the top right. It looks like he's being sick.
No, that's Xavier, because that's the trombone.
Oh, that's
Oh god.
Yeah.
How silly of me.
come on, Will. Well, yeah, Kofi wins. Ziggler then promos he wants a rematch, and he's going to get one apparently at Stomping Grounds in a steel cage. That's another reason why Shane and Roman can't have a steel cage match on that show.
Good.
I actually watched this one live, and I had Twitter on the go at the same time. There was a bit of a rumour that Lesnar was going to cash in at the end of this, going around Twitter, but
He should have.
clearly it never happened.
Yeah.
Would have made for a slightly interesting show, but still.
No, I agree.
I know it's been a long time, but Kofi and Ziggler had like a 900 match feud at one point.
That's true. Yeah.
Didn't Cole say they've fought each other for every title?
Is that right?
Makes
I
sense.
suppose so.
I'm sure he said during that match they've had a match for every title apart from the Universal.
Apart from the Universal, which didn't even exist for most
No,
of it.
exactly. Yeah.
I want to see here if I can do a little search. Opponents here. Dolph Ziggler, where are you? See if I can actually see how many matches these guys have had. Because it's a lot.
I think they put them all on YouTube.
All of them?
Yeah, they have the link to watch every Ziggler Kofi match ever.
God.
Oof. No thanks.
How bored do you have to be to watch that?
Well, exactly, yeah.
They had their first singles match together in a Heat taping in 2008.
Heat.
Yeah. 11 years ago. And then in FCW they did Dolph Ziggler and Sheamus O'Shaughnessy defeating Kofi Kingston and Eric Escobar. Remember him?
Yes. Vicky Guerrero fired him.
Then we had a 50-man battle royal, which actually featured 51 men. Whatever. And it was won by not Brock Lesnar, not Robert Roode, not Drew McIntyre, not no one. But I think, Will, maybe you should get half a point for getting closest, because it basically was no one.
It was nobody.
It was Mansoor, the guy that showed up at the Greatest Royal Rumble as one of like 6 guys all wanting to be the next big thing. Yeah, Mansoor.
I barely remember him from the Royal Rumble.
No?
It took me a while. It took me a while to remember who he was.
Apparently he had a match on NXT.
He
this
did,
week,
yeah.
but I don't watch that. Probably should, but don't. Good luck to him. It looks like he's going to be the face of the WWE for Saudi Arabia, so...
I guess so.
You know, it's... Good luck to him. If it comes his way, then he's going to take it, isn't he?
I don't know if he's like actually any good, but he was charismatic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
His celebration was great. I thought his promo was pretty great.
Yeah.
But yeah, if he's going to be anything, who knows? I won't bother going through the 50 other guys in this match, but it's just about everyone you would imagine was in there.
Robert Roode
Most of
was
the top
close.
guys. Robert Roode was in there, yeah.
He was the closest to an actual like prediction win for me. Out of all of us, I feel.
I think no one is the closest. I'm going with no one being closer than Robert Roode.
All right.
But sure, all right. And then the main event. That was it. Our recap has gone much faster than the show did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The personification of death defeated the Jewish guy in Saudi Arabia. Who would have thought?
Wow.
And that gives me, Beans, and Will a point. Smoot, Goldberg. No, unfortunately not.
All right. So I had Goldberg up until the point where he fucking headbutted the door and then gouged himself in the corner to bust himself open. Okay?
Yep.
Well, he was cut before he
Yeah,
on the way down.
he did the fucking headbutt against the door, which he said he was going to stop doing.
Yeah.
And yet, here we are in Saudi Arabia, still doing the door shtick. And yeah, there you see it right there on his forehead. He got himself dinged, which, you know, if you remember that one, in like a couple of years ago, the one promo for the Royal Rumble, he comes out and he's already...
just a promo.
Yeah.
You didn't need to do it for that. Did you really need to bang your head on a locker for a promo?
Seriously. And then we get into the match, and then... Hold on. Yeah, there you go. You get that's a pretty good angle. You see, he goes into the corner here. He busts his head open on something, and it's just starting to bleed everywhere. And this is where the match took a turn for the worse, if you ask me. Because it was not good.
It wasn't good, and I think we've all known for maybe 5 years now that Taker can't do the tombstone reversal anymore. It hasn't worked in forever, but he keeps going for it every time anyway. The one where you kind of fall back and flip the other guy into the tombstone, and he went for it at the end here. Goldberg got him up, he fell backwards, everything just collapsed, and then he hit the chokeslam for the win, and looked kind of annoyed with himself.
Yeah,
that face at the end.
The jackhammer made me really sad.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah,
the jackhammer was horrible.
Yeah, because he couldn't get him up all the way, and it just it was very sad.
Just looking at him, there's no way he was getting him up for that.
Yeah.
No.
So why he even tried? He's actually come out on Twitter since then and said he knocked himself out and thought he could finish. Knocked myself out, thought I could finish. Love my fans, but let you down. Everyone else that found pleasure in quotation marks. Hope you're happy.
Yeah, and then this was the Tombstone pile driver here.
Oh, you got a clip of the Tombstone as well.
Yeah.
Man,
it's not.
Yeah.
Oh,
stop doing it.
Yeah, that's hard to watch. Oh.
I missed it at first. I didn't think it was that bad.
When you slow it down though and see the impact like right there. Oh god.
From that first angle, there's loads of room for him to go.
Yeah.
And then he just keeps going.
But then Kevin Dunn, for whatever reason, switches to the other camera angle here. And just I can't keep.
He was
watching
lucky.
That.
Very, very lucky there.
He was very
lucky. And then, as you said, after the match here, Undertaker's sitting up and just looking unhappy.
Yeah.
I think he was unhappy with the whole thing, which is probably to be expected.
Yeah,
There's a story going around that they got into a bit of a shouting match after the show.
Yeah.
Don't know how true that is, but wouldn't surprise me if they both basically fucked up.
Yeah.
So.
Well, they were both called out of pretty much retirement for this one, just for the money. They had to expect it, really. It's not going to be perfect.
I want the legendary icon Undertaker. Well, there you go.
So at the end of all of that,
did you catch? Oh, sorry. No, did you catch the tweet from Matt Riddle?
Oh yeah, he cut a promo during the match where.
I saw that, but I thought the tweet before that was even better.
Yeah. He had a video of just basically saying that Goldberg was like the worst wrestler in the business today.
Yeah.
And some harsh words. I thought the knee bar that Goldberg applied was alright for the most part. I mean, it wasn't the worst thing. It wasn't as bad as Mrs. Figure 4 or anything like that. But there you go. That's Matthew Riddle's take on Goldberg there, if you will. And yeah, I mean, Goldberg's got to stop. If he's going to have any more matches, which, I mean, at this rate, why would he? But if he's going to have any more matches, stop banging your head on the door. My God.
Yeah, I think Taker didn't look too bad compared to how he has looked recently. But
that last chokeslam to end the match was.
I just think it was the size of Goldberg. He can't do the big men anymore.
Right, yeah.
So, I mean, if he was in there with someone smaller, then he probably could put on a decent match.
And honestly, I don't even think AEW would want someone like Goldberg.
No.
Unless it's
They
like...
want him for the name value.
Unless it's like, you know, for like a commentating thing or just to be an on-air personality of some kind.
I see that.
I can see that happening, but like something like a match like this, no. I think for both of these guys, their time is up, if you will.
Yeah. I think they'll probably see it that way. But then, come the next Saudi Arabia show, I think Undertaker might still be there. But again, if he's in there with someone smaller, I don't think it would be a problem. I just don't think the size of Goldberg is... He just can't do it anymore.
Yeah, they're getting old. So, at the end of that, all of that, boring pay-per-view, the boring scores are Smoot and Will in joint, I guess, third, with 6 out of 9, and me and Beans joint winners with 7. So there's barely anything in it. I don't know why we bothered. Overall, out of 20 now, a nice even 20, Will is barely. You're in 4th, but only just with 11. Smoot just ahead with 12. Not last. Amazing.
Hey.
Great. Beans just ahead of you with 13, and I've got 15, so still not a lot in it.
No.
And now we look ahead to Stomping Grounds.
Yay.
Yeah.
Oh,
5 matches that were announced on Super Showdown. One being the Universal Championship, as you're about to see here on the stream right there. There we go. Universal Championship, Seth Rollins going up against Baron Corbin again. Believe it or not. And
Corbin has to win that, doesn't he?
I don't think he has to. But maybe you'll see some more shenanigans with Brock Lesnar. Who knows? It could be just a flat-out rematch from, people who didn't want to watch the Saudi show. And
See that match again.
And then for the women's title, Lacey Evans going up against Becky Lynch. Becky Red Belt, which she's been going on a tirade with Edge on Twitter lately.
Yeah, sure.
Which I'm sure we'll get into in a little bit.
Did you just, going back to the Saudi show just for a second?
Yeah.
When they showing these graphics on screen, did you hear the crowd?
The crowd was very positive for the women.
Yeah.
I would love to see, some sort of resolution here with the the Saudi government and whatnot, because apparently they were trying to sneak Alexa Bliss and Natalya on the show, but they didn't.
How?
I don't know, but apparently they
Dress them up as guys.
Yeah.
The story was that they were told there was the possibility they could have a match.
Yeah.
And somewhere on the line they were told it was happening.
Oh.
And then last minute call apparently came in and said, no, we've not got the right permission from the government.
Yeah.
So apparently they were pretty disappointed to do it. Wish you would be, wouldn't you?
Maybe next time.
The only thing is, I don't think I can cope with WWE doing this match. They're probably going to do it eventually, if not the next show, the one after. And then they're just going to go on about being the first women's match. First ever, we created history, blah blah blah. They'll ride on that for a good couple of years.
Yeah.
They already did that, didn't they? I remember Sasha. Was it Sasha and Alexa?
Yeah.
Where was that?
Abu Dhabi, I'm not sure.
It could be the UAE,
Yeah.
Because they said that was the first, when it clearly wasn't. Impact had done one a few years before. Yeah, there you go. We'll get there eventually, making history.
It's going to happen eventually. I'd probably say the next. Is it November they go back over there normally?
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
October, November, something like that.
something like that.
Whenever they ask, I think. We'll go whenever they're called.
It's going to happen eventually.
Anyway, Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre, and also for the SmackDown Women's Championship, Alexa Bliss going up against the champ Bayley. And there it
That's
is.
Raw's Alexa Bliss.
Raw's Alexa Bliss going up against
Wild
SmackDown's.
Just to make the draft even more
Pointless.
pointless. Yeah.
And Kofi Kingston and Dolph Ziggler in a steel cage for the WWE title. So, yeah, there you go. I agree, Kat. I agree.
I feel like I should be more interested in this Kingston Ziggler feud, but I'm just not.
I'm not.
No.
I don't know why. I mean, they're both decent, very good talents, and they should put on a decent match, but I don't know. Something's not putting me in.
If Paul Heyman was somehow in cahoots with Dolph Ziggler and Ziggler became like a Paul Heyman guy, I'd be way more interested. I'd be way more interested than where I am currently. Instead, we get like a promo with Ziggler just whining about how it should have been me and all this crap.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not fond of seeing Ziggler and Kofi again one more time. So.
But it's happened like we were saying before. They've done it for every title. It's happened that often that it doesn't have the effect anymore. It doesn't have the attraction. So, I mean, this should have happened 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
But.
And just I don't know. It should have been a lot of different changes. It should have been me. Clearly, yeah, you're right. No, there should have been a lot of changes to this. Like I said, having Paul Heyman come out and then maybe swerving everybody to make Ziggler the next Heyman guy to align himself with Heyman and maybe Lesnar would have been great. It would have been different, to say the least, which is something WWE needs right now. Some sort of difference to get away from the bland and the boring that they're currently stuck in. Which, by the way, this past week, I believe, ended the third hour changes, like the darkened crowd and the graphics. So,
Yeah, that was done.
Which is a shame. I didn't mind the graphics change and whatnot. The crowd doesn't matter to me.
No.
I'm still going to focus on what's happening in the ring, regardless if you light up the crowd or not. Let's see what else happened. But overall, I mean, you got to change the product around if you're trying to get ratings. Doesn't matter how you dress up the third hour.
Well, I think if they did that to the whole show, that would be something.
Yeah.
Makes it look a bit more serious.
Yeah.
I don't know that the wild card is doing anything for anyone, because we all know who it's going to be every week. It's always Reigns going to Raw.
I don't think it's going to do anything for...
McIntyre going to SmackDown.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to do anything for the people over at Fox, that's for damn sure.
Well, it's not doing anything for ratings now either. It did for a week or two, and now it's just nothing. It makes those guys less special. It gives everyone else less TV time.
Yeah.
And no one cares about these guys anyway. The 24/7 title isn't doing anything for anyone.
Except for R-Truth, and even then.
Well, yeah, even then.
There's like a title change on the plain tarmac where Jinder Mahal won it. Where...
and on the golf course as well. He was on the golf course in his wrestling gear.
that made me chuckle. I was like, what the hell?
Oh, yeah. Why was he half naked on the golf course?
I don't know. How did they let him in? I thought golf courses had fairly strict rules.
Yeah. Yeah, crazy. Have you seen how well it's doing though on YouTube? think they that video of pinning them on
the plane.
plane.
Yeah.
It's got like 5 million views. It's ridiculous.
It's pretty funny.
But they're gonna stick with it. If it's getting that many views, they're gonna keep doing it.
Yeah.
Probably gonna do it more if it's getting so many views.
Well, that's great. Social media numbers up.
Yeah.
Awesome. That means
Something.
I don't know. Does it sound good in investor calls or something?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Did you catch on the show last night, by the way, the Twitter ticker? I can't remember which thing it was. You on the Triple H or Hutton match? They put the Twitter ticker up with one tweet.
Oh yeah, that's right. They did it with one guy. I did see that.
I thought, what's the point?
Why did you do that? It just makes me look.
I mean, surely they must have got more than one tweet. But even then, you'd make them up.
The real feel was actually 5 tweets.
God, we need to adopt the real feel for the show here. I feel.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. Yeah. Speaking of tweets, Edge and Becky Lynch have been going at it relentlessly on Twitter. I'm not sure how this whole thing started, but they've both changed their bios respectively to kind of rag on the other now, saying, Edge over here saying, the man, since we're telling secrets and talking past relationships, make sure your man doesn't send you those pics. Didn't work out well for him last time. Referencing the Seth Rollins penis pictures that got leaked onto the internet back then. And then Becky has one over here saying, Beth, psst, over here, I think I broke your husband. If you'd like to fight me and make some money, my email is workratequeen316@theratingsbro.com. Just pretty funny. Yeah, I don't know what's happening with these two, but it would be great to see them like have a shoot promo on one another on TV and not just on Twitter, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it goes back a couple of weeks. I remember she started off some bit of a debate with Beth herself, and then Beth brought Edge into it, and then Seth Rollins kind of involved himself because he said, "Seems we're talking about partners now. Can I get involved?"
Oh yeah.
And that was kind of like them sort of coming out, if you like, because it was never really official until then. So yeah, it's kind of weird. Good though.
Somebody says,
Quiet.
sorry. Somebody, I was reading. Sorry. I was trying to, I'm so wrapped up into this now. I'm just like, my head's spinning. Sorry. Yeah, this whole thing's something to keep an eye on for sure on Twitter if you're a fan of people spilling the tea, if you will.
You said that. Oh my god.
I know. I hate that that's a thing now. I
hate
hate that that's the thing that people call it now. How long do you think WWE's going to adopt that and just make that completely lame for everybody?
They did just use it, didn't they? And they
did they?
Yeah, in that 1 week where Charlotte and Lacey were friends,
oh,
they
God,
had a little tea party backstage.
Right.
And Charlotte
right.
was drinking tea and said, "Time to spill the tea," as in spit some fruit.
I just noticed MVP was on the Edge and Christian's podcast. He doesn't know who I am.
That's true. He doesn't.
That's how I was catching up on stuff I saw on MVP, and I was like, "Oh, okay, there's him." And then that's where the argument started blowing up again with him and Becky Lynch. On Raw, not much really took place. It was just mainly a hype show for Super Showdown. Firefly Funhouse was pretty good. Where we had Bray Wyatt doing the song and dance routine.
Did the Muscle Man dance?
The Muscle Man dance, so he wants you to erase your mind.
Tuskus, I like that. That was quite good.
That kind of caught me out of nowhere. It was a pretty good subliminal tactic, if you will. He's really, really good with that. I really hope that this just pushes him forward to something in the ring at some point. Gets him somewhere.
I wasn't expecting Vince to show up though. That was quite.
Oh yeah, the Vince doll. Holy shit!
The actual Vince show.
God. That caught me by surprise, and I was like, "Holy shit! The internet's just gonna run wild with this," and they did. So, same with SmackDown. It was just mainly hype for Super Showdown, but Elias did get the 24 championship title from R-Truth, but then R-Truth gained it back under the ring.
Yeah.
It became 24/7.
Did you put out a video of the pinfall?
Yeah, which, when it happened live, I was like, why is there a bright light shining from under the ring? Yeah. They talked about Lars Sullivan's interview. A lot of promos here, too. Yeah, not really too many noticeable things and such. I actually missed the first hour now that I remember. Bailey on A Moment of Bliss, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Pretty much, just Super Showdown hype and whatnot. I don't know if there's actually any sort of presser for what's coming up this week for either show. I'm not really seeing anything anywhere.
No, I'm not seeing anything.
So it's more like a tune in and watch what happens sort of thing.
Yeah.
I'll take a quick look in the news section here. Sorry. Yeah, not a whole lot either out of the news here. If there's anything else you guys want to add before we get out of here, because we're about to hit an hour here, believe it or not.
Quick mention: has anyone caught the Triple H special on the network?
I have not.
It's really good.
They did
just
they did upload a video onto YouTube that shows the behind the scenes surgery for Triple H's pec tear last year.
Oh yeah.
It was.
This is it's all about the lead up to his Mania match against Batista.
Yeah.
But it goes a lot of in depth. Well, it basically follows him for the whole week before Mania.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff he does, you don't realise how busy he is. But yeah, if you're interested in knowing the behind the scenes kind of stuff, it's worth a watch.
Yeah. Definitely give that a watch if you got the network subscription still.
If you haven't cancelled because of Saudi.
Yeah, right. I think that's a little. I understand the outrage of that, but I think it's a little over the top to me.
Especially when you get people on Twitter who say they're not going to watch and blatantly will.
Yeah.
Well,
they're going to watch, they just don't want to pay for it.
Yeah.
I understand that. I don't really want to watch and I don't want to pay for it. I do both for some reason.
Oh, and Ali apparently donating his paycheck from Super Showdown to Charity Water, which very nice of him to do.
There was a brief story about the travel over there.
Oh yeah.
I read. Comes from Wrestling News Source.
Seriously, Wrestling News Source? That's a weirder name than ProWrestling.net or whatever it is that's losing shit over time.
The most generic website on the
Wrestling
web.
News Source? That's like...
The story comes from Dave Meltzer, actually, but...
I was just thinking that. Surely Wrestling News Sources just links to Dave Meltzer.
Yeah.
One says too.
That's great.
He says most guys don't want to rock the boat. Some guys wanted to go, but I heard most didn't. It was an awfully long trip. One person told me if it was up to him, he'd never go back again. But it wasn't up to him. Others were just like, it sucked. There were people who very much understood the booking for the 50-man battle royal was horrible. For guys in the battle royal, it was very much going through the motions. The whole thing was just thrown together. There was no showcase spots or anything like that, so people were kind of not in a great mood. Especially when you fly in there in this match, just to be in this match. There was no thought put into it. I think there's any thought put into the whole show, was there?
Not really.
Sounds like, yeah.
And it's a
Special, all thrown together.
6-hour flight.
Yeah.
It can't be great.
That's probably gonna be it for us this week. We'll be back next week to talk about something. Probably Raw and SmackDown being the most dull show, or shows rather, in existence or something. I don't know. Just have to tune in and watch, or not, and we'll talk about it. So, I mean, that's pretty much what it is at this point.
You're not wrong.
Watch or not.
Everybody's just waiting for the AEW stuff to like fire up and see what the hell is gonna happen.
Yeah.
It seems to me, the WWE in general are just waiting for this move to Fox to just kickstart again. Which hopefully it will, but I don't fancy waiting until October to find out.
I'm wondering if it's going to be like it's just the fact that Fox wants something completely different to what the TV product is right now. I wonder if it's going to be as something that they're going to get, or if they somehow are going to get pissed and be like, "Hey, you gotta change things around or whatever. We paid a lot of money for this." Something like that. I'm curious when we get to the fall how it's going to evolve, if you will, to what's being reported and speculated and whatnot. But
they're definitely going to be. I mean, they've done it before where they've moved channels, and obviously you get a big event kind of thing out of it. But this is an even bigger thing because obviously they're going to Fox. So I just don't fancy waiting until October to find out what they're going to do.
Yeah. It's like I want to know what happens now because there's like a whole lull period right now of
Do you think they're trying to make it really terrible now so that when they do make the big changes it's like really good and the team's even better?
I mean, we kind of briefly mentioned of lowering the bar for WrestleMania to say that Super Showdown was as great, if not better, than WrestleMania. So that's not far-fetched.
Possibly the most stupid thing they could do.
Yeah, not
We're just
wrong.
going to tank our own ratings to then make bad ratings look good.
Yeah.
All right, I guess that sounds like I don't even know WCW was that stupid. At this point, I don't know what they're thinking.
Yeah, same here. We'll be back next week, or if not, in 2 weeks. And have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll catch you then. Take care. Have a good night.